recipe is Mexi Chili, and chili is always a favorite. And today the meal was made with Mexi Chili into one bowl, and the one bowl makes it look like there's more of it. Since I used beans in the chili, that's one of my carbohydrates, so I used another one, which is starch, so I could have two starches, and that is the chips. And then the grapes are my fruit, and that is 15 grapes, so it satisfies that taste for sweetness. And then the avocado is for the fat in the chili. And then you serve it with a glass of iced tea to round it out and to make it very delicious. And if you sit there at your meal and you serve it on something that is very nice, doesn't have to be expensive, just thought of, instead of just having it plunk into your bowl. It's wonderful. Mexi Chili ingredients. Serves 2. 8 ounces of ground beef, 1/2 tablespoon of chili powder, and 1/2 tablespoon of Creole seasoning, 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, 8 ounces of canned diced tomatoes, no salt added, 2 ounces of canned tomato sauce, no salt added, 8 ounces of canned small red beans, 1 avocado, grapes, cilantro and spring onions for toppings, corn chips, and iced tea. For 2 people, you need to measure out 4 ounces per person. You need to put that in the pan. And you have to stir this around and break it up and cook it until it's no longer pink. And I measured out 4 ounces because some of the fat disappears, and when it's done, it'll measure 3 ounces or so for a meal. And then you're going to have this, so you can just take half of it and it's yours. I'm using medium heat so that the edges don't burn so fast, so that it can get cooked really well all the way through. So yeah, some of it's not. It's all. Oh, it's almost ready. Now you can add the seasonings, which is the chili powder. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the Creole sauce. It's a 1/2 tablespoon. And then you're going to add 1/2 tablespoon of chili sauce, chili pepper. And you can adjust these to what you like. If you don't like that much chili pepper, then don't use that much. And then this is the secret ingredient. This is cumin, and you use a 1/2 teaspoon. You stir that up. Okay. And you let it cook for about 3 minutes. So now I want to add the tomatoes and the beans to the meat. So I add 4 ounces of tomato sauce. I add 8 ounces of tomatoes. And I add 8 ounces of beans. And then you stir this up. Oh, that looks good. It smells good too. It's not even finished cooking. So, and then we let this sit and come back to a boil and then simmer for about 10 minutes. When shopping in the store for canned vegetables, you can look for the ones with no salt added. And that's because a lot of us are on no salt or low salt diets. In the case of the tomatoes today for the Mexi Chili, I got no salt tomato sauce and no salt tomatoes. And that way, if anyone is eating with you and they would like to add salt to their dish, they can add it at the table. To add some color and to add some taste, you cut up a couple of vegetables to put on top. The one that I've chosen is cilantro, and the other one I've chosen is green onions, because they are milder in taste than the real onions, the round onions. So just chop this up and have it ready to put on top of your chili when it's done. And you can put this on as they come out if you already know that's what everybody likes, or you can put them into serving bowls and people can choose what they want. Not pretty? And then the other thing is the spring onions, which are another green thing. You know, the thing about the toppings is it adds a little flavor and it adds a little pizzazz to your lunch or your dinner or whatever. And it makes it so that your diet isn't so blah. And so you can do all this. And there we have our onions and our cilantro for the toppings on the chili. Carbohydrate list: 3 meat, ground beef; 2 fats, avocado and canola oil; 2 vegetables, diced tomatoes and tomato sauce; 2 starches, corn chips and small red beans; 1 fruit, grapes; free toppings, cilantro and spring onions; a free drink, unsweetened iced tea. So now you can just take this and take about half of it, and that makes your 1 serving. And put it into a lovely bowl. And you place it onto a platter. Because next to it you want to serve your chips, and you want to have your fruit, which is the grapes. And then, if you wish, you can add your toppings to it. You can add as much as you want because all of these are considered free carbohydrates, because there's so little in them. And then you can add an eighth of avocado. And you can either put in the chili or on the plate. And there you go. And to finish off the Mexi Chili, you can add a glass of unsweetened iced tea, which is really good with the chili, and that will make your complete meal. Mexi Chili recipe serves 2. In 2.5 quart pan with 1 to 2 tablespoons of canola oil heated, add 8 ounces of ground beef. Break up and cook until no longer pink. Add to the cooked beef 1/2 tablespoon of chili powder, 1/2 tablespoon of Cajun seasoning, and 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. Let cook for 2 or 3 minutes. Add 8 ounces of diced tomatoes, 4 ounces of tomato sauce, and 8 ounces of small red beans to the beef. Stir together and let simmer for 10 to 15 minutes. Meanwhile, prepare the toppings. Dice up and put into small bowls a handful of cilantro and 2 spring onions. Put an eighth of avocado, 9 corn chips, and 15 grapes on each of 2 platters. Then put half of seasoning beef tomato beans in a bowl and add to the platter. Serve with a glass of iced tea.